This is Lovers Camp Trailhead in the Marble Mountain Wilderness. Got quite a few cars here for being the end of September. I'm going to head out to probably see Shadow Lake, Sky High Valley, maybe the Marble Gap, Rainey Lake, Spirit Lake. After a little less than a mile, you get to a junction. I'll be going up this way to Marble Valley, probably returning this way via the Red Rock Valley Trail. I'm 5 miles in now. Been on the PCT for the last about half mile. Gonna get off of it and go head up toward the Marble Gap now. So at this point, there's no way that this video is really going to convey the adventure of this weekend. Because that was a long time I spent down in Rainey Valley, getting rained on, looking for where the hell I was going, just kind of crashing through the brush. And it's a bummer that I wasn't able to film that. It was raining hard enough. My phone was giving me some error messages that I'd never seen before, so I just kind of tucked it in my bag. Got to Rainey Lake just now. This is an absolutely perfect campsite. And boy, I just had a fucking adventure down there in Rainey Valley Creek Trail. Rainey Valley Trail, I guess it is. It rained most of the time that I was down there. Got lost a couple times. Unmaintained trail, so it was very brushy. Went through a couple burn zones. Here's a better view of Rainey Lake. Really wish I could get to that sunshine over there. I'm pretty cold right now. My rain jacket soaked through. My legs are pretty wet. Shoes and socks and all that. All right, I'm rolling the dice. I'm taking off from this beautiful, freaking perfect campsite at Rainey Lake, and I'm gonna see if I can get to Spirit Lake. That is the lake that made me want to backpack initially. I just saw a photo of it on somebody's blog online. Can't find the photo anymore. But I had not yet backpacked, and that's the lake that made me want to just grab a bag full of stuff, head out into the wilderness, and see what it was all about. And I'm so glad I did. It's my favorite thing to do. There it is, Spirit Lake. Now, there's only one good campsite there, and I can't tell if anybody's there yet, but fingers crossed. So I'd seen a picture of this place online pre-2005 when I first came here, and it was just thick forest around the entire lake, mist rising up off of it. It looked absolutely mystical, and just with the name Spirit Lake and all that, that's what made me want to get some gear and come out here. I've taken this cold soaking thing way too far. I'm cold and soaked. This is cold and soaked. It's windy. It'd be really nice to have a warm meal right now. What were the lessons from today? I don't even really know. Like I was expecting rain. I know that unmaintained trails in the marbles are difficult, so no surprises there. That took forever. Got kind of soaked. I got a little colder than I thought I would. I figured just like, even though this rain jacket soaks through, that I would, hiking around, I'd be warm enough. I got pretty damn cold today. Boy, did I ever learn that one thing gets to be cold and soaked. Either you're cold and soaked or you're cold soaking your dinner. It's been a pretty slow morning so far. I stayed in bed until the sun actually came up, and even then, kind of the theme for this trip has been just a little bit too cold to be comfortable. Here's everything I'm drying out. There's my pack liner, all my clothes over there. This table is awesome. Pretty psyched I got everything basically dry. 11 o'clock now, about to hit the trail. I'm 45 now, hopefully have about 30 years of backpacking left, and I'll be curious to see how this place recovers over that time. Heading from Spirit Lake to Shadow Lake. I'm a mile away from Spirit Lake, and from what I remember, this is the only water all the way to Shadow. Really windy right now, maybe not the most awesome time to be walking through a bunch of standing deadwood like this. What I'm on right now, the Hay Press Trail, used to be an old wagon trail back in the mining days, and I guess down here someplace there used to be a place called Whiskey Camp where there was an actual blacksmith shop. Here's the junction with Marble Rim Trail marked just by some rocks right there. Marble Rim Trail heading up that way. Big Elk Lake out that way. This is the Marble Rim. Looks like so little space. I'm still just blown away at the amount of adventure I had yesterday. That's the Marble Gap right there. Started there, headed down this hill. I remember this meadow right here. Went down the creek from there, and then kind of up the hill to Rainey Lake, which is just right back in there. Just took so freaking long. I'm approaching the end of the Marble Rim Trail. PCT continues right up that way. Getting off the PCT now and heading towards Shadow Lake. After all the burn zones I've been through in this trip, it's kind of nice to be in just a green tunnel for once. There's the first view of Shadow Lake. Kind of an epic campsite right there. I'm going to show you what the view is like from right there. This is Sky High Valley. If you don't think this is one of the most epic views you could ever see, we can't be friends. We got Upper Sky High Lake, Lower Sky High Lake, and back behind there is Frying Pan Lake. There's good camping all through these trees right here. I do consider this one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. Every time I've stayed here, it's felt like a pretty epic experience. I think that's 5 or 6 times now. But there are a couple disadvantages to being here. One is that it's usually windy and there's very little cover from the wind. Probably the best spot is right there. But the wind tends to swirl, so you'll definitely be in it if it's windy. There are few options for hanging your bear bag. It can be kind of hard to catch a branch for that. Pretty rocky, kind of hard to get a tent stake in. That said, I absolutely love this place and look forward to the next time I get to stay here. All right, made it to the junction I'm looking for. It's about 5 miles back to the car. All right, so directly on the trail. Whoever did this, fuck you, you nasty motherfucker. Started out up that way, came back that way. To the car.